Hey everyone, it's Noah back from getting sick. Now, just so before I do this video, I have a few announcements. One, I'm not fully done with my sickness yet. In fact, I think you can obviously tell because I have something weird happening with my throat, and I'm probably gonna cough a few times throughout this video. So yeah, I'm sorry about that. And number two, I just heard 2 days ago that Sergeant Arlie Ermy, who I like since he's a Marine and he was in Full Metal Jacket, has actually died from complications with pneumonia. So before I talk about both Paul Ryan resigning and the Syrian airstrikes, I am gonna be doing a moment of silence. Okay, so here's what we got here. Paul Ryan, he's officially resigning, or well, not resigning. He's retiring from his political life in Congress. So I've been hearing actually a lot of happiness going around with people saying that he's a Rhino. Personally, I don't really care whether or not he was leaving or not, because simply he just didn't really he didn't really matter that much to me. But I would understand why a lot of people did not really like Paul Ryan. I would completely understand that. There's a few things that I think that he didn't do well, especially with trying to help the President of the United States to try to get his agenda passed. He has done a few of that stuff, but not as much as anyone would like. But I've been hearing a lot of the mainstream media saying that this would actually result in his state actually becoming a battleground state, and actually might demoralize the Republicans, because this is an incumbent politician who is retiring from his seat. Now, personally, I don't really believe that's the case. I mean, yeah, his seat is obviously going to be battleground, and that's pretty much what happens whenever an incumbent who is finally retiring from their seat. That's what happens. So that is not too much of a problem, and that wouldn't be much of a surprise. But what is the mainstream media is claiming, that there is going to be this blue wave. I completely doubt that there's going to be a blue wave. I don't really think so. They're still the party. The Democrats are still the party that is basically known simply as the resistance and just simply opposing to Trump. So there's not really that much of value. Yeah, they may have won a few special elections, but that really doesn't mean much. They were single elections. They were able to concentrate on one of them. And this year, not only do they have to concentrate on the House of all the seats of the House of Representatives, they also have to focus on the third of the Senate, and that third of the Senate is mainly Democrats. True, it's possible for the Democrats to hold a majority of those seats, but there is a chance that they might flip to Republican. I actually wouldn't be surprised about that. In fact, I am actually counting on that to happen, and for the Republicans to retain their hold of the majority in the Senate. If they manage to make an increase, even with just one seat, that would be more than enough. That would be more than enough to actually further get prominent right-wing legislation through. So that would definitely be a good thing. Now, since I would, in a way, I would understand from the elite perspective that Paul Ryan might be a sudden blow, but a lot of people are not really into him anymore. Basically, and I've been seeing this a lot on the internet, especially on the Fox News comments, that Mitch McConnell and Paul Ryan are basically rhinos, especially a lot of the senators. That's why I've been hearing on so many of the comments. That alone signifies how unpopular these people are. And with Paul Ryan out of the picture, in one of the most important seats in Congress, the Speaker of the House, that would change the game. This would mean new leadership, younger leadership. Something that needs to happen. True, Paul Ryan is pretty young, but he's already been known as kind of like part of the elite. This because mainly his political background. If he hasn't really done much in terms of helping out Trump, and that is really the problem here. And he is the Speaker of the House, and he should be doing something like this. So that kind of would be expected. So no, I don't think that this will bite Republicans in the ass. I do not believe so. In fact, I think this would actually further support Republicans as much as the gun control issue. Remember with David Hogg how those students say that when they give an inch, they will take a mile. That is going to be more than enough to actually get Republicans to rally, and conservatives and independents and conservative Democrats even. Maybe even a few liberal Democrats as well to vote Republican. All of that points into the advantage of the Republicans, not the Democrats. And since this new role has opened up, I think they just further add just a bigger boost to the Republican Party, more than they ever realized. Now, I know this is kind of old news because the strike occurred on Saturday. So again, I'm sorry about being late on my videos. It's just I've been really sick and I've been really busy in terms of getting a lot of my essays done. Unfortunately, the essays couldn't wait, especially with this sickness. So, as we already know, it was a limited airstrike. I don't really recall whether or not planes were used to actually launch cruise missiles at these targets, but it was actually just a limited attack. It focused on the chemical warehouses. Sorry, my throat tickles. It just focused on 2 chemical warehouses and a chemical laboratory alleged to have built these chemical weapons. Now, I'm not sure whether or not Assad actually did gas his own people. I'm not sure, and personally, I'm not. I can't believe I'm actually saying this, but I'm not really in support of this attack. Or, well, let me explain it for you. It's more of a, we were in a position of damned if we do, damned if we don't. You see, back during the Obama administration, there was this red line which no one should cross, especially Syria. And despite what's been going on with the chemical attacks, whether or not they were caused by Assad, Obama just basically did nothing. For Trump, it's completely different. You saw that back in 2017 when he actually used cruise missiles from 2 destroyers to attack an airfield that supposedly launched this chemical attack. So that gives the red line obviously much more legitimacy now. Now, if Trump did not launch an attack right here, it would be the same thing that Obama did. I understand where people are coming from, that this may not have been Assad, and I'm not saying it is, and I'm not saying it isn't either. But if Trump did not do this, this would actually put the U.S. in a weaker position, kind of like how America was during the Obama era, and that's something that he could not have. So in a way, to make a political statement that this is our line, this is final, I support it. But if we're just going on the assumption without a proper investigation, then I'm sorry, I just can't. It's kind of complicated for me. It's not basically simple like as if it were if I were like a neocon, like I want to just start a war to spread democracy or something, and wanted to get a reason to. Crap! I hate this. But that was kind of the whole point of the message. And fortunately, there were no civilian casualties at all. Although there were 3 injured people, there were no actual confirmed kills, which is actually a good thing. And this actually props up Trump even more, because he's also focused not just on getting out of Syria, and also to establish American dominance and superiority, but it's obviously showing that he wants to do this with as little loss of life as possible. So that's why he managed to use this limited attack, and in a way that is actually good politics. Again, I do not like the idea of just basing it off the assumption that Assad actually did it. But to be fair, we did suggest to the UN Security Council to establish an investigation, and Russia decided to veto the measure, as it turned out. So that's what happened, and that's what resulted in this attack. I would be certain that if the Russians would have allowed something of this investigation to happen, this attack wouldn't occur. Maybe not. I don't know. But that is the reality that's happened. And if we simply did not do anything, we would just look weak. My name is Noah Meehan on the Arc of Truth. Please post your comments down below, like this video, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.